Hello and welcome to my presentation for the ISYS217 programming unit. Just going to quickly roll through. This is my code here for the final assessment. We'll just quickly go through it. So on the top here, you'll have the dictionary in which the input data will be stored. Now that works in conjunction with our while loop here. So the while loop calls um, has the options that come up on the menu. So this provides the menu that falls under the menu function on the top there. And with that menu, you have your options, so 1, 2, and 3. Now option 1 will allow you to store and input the student data that you want to use on the database, on the system. Option 2 will allow you to use the reporting functions of the code, and option 3 is breaking code. So I'll put that down as either an exit or if anything that's outside the 3 options comes up, it'll provide you with an invalid input response and to try again. So that was something that I added in. Okay, but let's get into the actual system itself. Actually, we'll quickly go through a little bit more actually. So here you have the enter all marks. So this is the student storage where you'll start entering the marks. Now here you can see that it's an input function. So once it provides the input request, then it converts it to a float, which then moves into the parameters, where if it's below or above a certain mark, then the loop will continue, and so on and so on for each of those. Now, if we move on to the below average report marks, this is for all 3 of the reporting functions that's provided for the exam, the project, and the discussion forum. So this is the discussion forum code for returning below average marks. This is the project below average marks. So here I just wanted to know the only difference is basically the same. The only difference is you have to mark out the scoring of the list. Now obviously with lists and tuples, you have to have, they start from 0. Therefore if you put 1, it pulls the project mark because it comes second in that list, and so on with the final exam. Similar with the overall marks, and then finally you'll have the display all reports. So that just shows everyone that's within it, and that's basically it. So we're just going to go through a quick rundown of how the system looks when it's running. So we'll start by, here's your menu first off. So if you hit enter for 1, then you can put in your student name. So let's say myself, I've scored 15. For the project, let's say I've scored very poorly, put a 4 there, and then maybe very high in the final. Now we'll put in a few more students so then we can see how it averages out. So we'll go 15, let's put another 15, maybe 45, maybe one more student there. Let's go, so we can have a little bit of a better view on the reports. Let's go to another, let's go 18 for you, 20, and a 50. So let's go with 4 marks. Now, once you've done entering all your student marks, you can view the reporting. So that lists all the reports you have available. So if you hit option 1, that'll give you the results for anyone that's landed below the average. So I haven't scored as high once it averages out all against all the students there. Total average is 16. But obviously myself and Fiona have shown up now because we've scored below what the average is. Now if we choose to put another option, clicked out, I'm gonna have to do that again. Give me a second. Just plays that one. Okay, so let's go input again. Joseph. We went 15, 4, 45. Another student, Fiona. 15. Let's go 15 again. And then we'll go 48 this time, 49 this time. And then finally put one more student, Teresa. Let's put her as our superstar, say 18, 20, and 50. Now back to the reporting, option 2. So if we wanted to see the below average project marks, we hit option 2, press enter, and you can see that there. So obviously I'm the only one that's landed below because I've scored a 4 and the average is 13, which you can see on the left there. For our code, you can see here that the calculations happen around here, and then the display function comes down here. Okay, so again, we've marked out in here on the list where it lands. So, oh, and this happens, seems to be happening a lot. Should have hit 6. Nope. Anyway, back into it. There we go. So one more time, just bear with me. So we said 15, 4, 45. Another student, Fiona. 15, 15, 46. And then option 1 again, one more. Teresa, we said she killed it for us, so let's put 18. Let's put 28, and let's put 50. Back to displaying reports on 2. The below average for all exam marks. No, here we've got myself and Fiona because we've scored below the average is 47, given it's 3 very highly scored people, so it's not incorrect. The code is right. And then finally, you'll have the same kind of deal for option 5 with the overall marks, and finally option 6 where it returns you to the main menu. Now, I have put that option in at the top here. Wait, not the top, was it? For option 6, no, it is here. So I've added it in so that rather than being stuck over here, it returns you back to the menu. You can start all over again. So that wraps up my presentation, and thank you for your time.